Hello, I am here with Amanda's kit. So this is Amanda Charlesworth. She is Create with Scrimping Mommy. She's on Ko-fi, YouTube, Facebook. You'll probably get tired of hearing me say that, but I'm going to say it every time I work with one of her kits. So this is her journaling joy, and this is something she's going to be doing all year. So she's going to make a December, January, February, March, but what's cool is she's made it in November, so I can, I always feel rushed, so I can start working on it. I was really excited about it. So I kept it very simple. She made it very simple, and I just printed from her pages. I did not add any extra coffee dyed paper or anything. I just did hers. The cover that I'm using, it's a little bit thicker, so this is going to be a premium cardstock, and it's made from Pen Plus Gear, I think is the name of it. It is 110 pounds or 199 GSM. I use this for most of my printing for ephemera or anything. It's just a weight that I like. Everybody gets a weight that they like, and that's what they use. So the papers I'm using, this is going to be, it's a premium white, and it was actually 24 pounds, and I think that was 96 GSM, if I read it correctly. It's a good weight for just the paper. Inside, I like it, but I'm actually moving on to a inkjet laser paper. It's a bright white, and it's 28 pounds, and then it's 105 GSM. I wanted something just a little bit thicker. Anyway, just thought I'd tell you about the paper that I'm using. So I got all my fussy cuts done last night, and I got them all inked up, and yeah, I'm really excited about that. And what I want to do, now not everybody does this, they might just trim off and have the edges hanging. I don't really care for that, and this is just personal preference. Again, everybody has a style, everybody has a preference, so whatever works for you is good for you. All right, so I'm just going to line this up, and this is the way I've learned to do it. So I have my finger blade, X-Acto knife finger blade, so use whatever you have, but the key to doing this right is your blade being sharp. If it's a dull blade, you're going to spend more time cutting through, and you're going to have little jiggy-jaggy edges. So let me back this up over here just a little bit. I kind of get it lined up, and then I'm going to get my ruler, and I'm just going to put it right on the edge of that white spot. And give me 1 minute, I'm going to turn my light on. All right, so just on the edge of that white spot. Now, what I've learned to do as well is I'm not going to try to rake it through there really bad. I'm just going to start my cut above the papers, and I'm just going to start to run down. I'm holding this super, super tight, and these are going to start to pop off, and I'm just going to get them out of my way. And you can see I'm cutting further into the inside because obviously when you start cutting or when you start lining your papers up, your edges from the inside are going to come out. I used to work retail, and people would always wonder why they had to try on so many different pairs of jeans because they were never cut right. Well, it's the same. Well, they never, some fit better, some didn't. It's the same concept. When they have that jean material and the bolt, and they have these big cutting machines, all this material is stacked up, and these machines come down, so your pair on the bottom is not going to be as sharp as your pair on the top. That's why. So try your jeans on. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same with the end. I could have went ahead and trimmed these first, all one at a time or two at a time, because there is just all going to be the same size that way. It's when you put your papers together. But I thought, well, since I'm doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. Now, you're probably like, well, why didn't you turn that the other way and cut with the, against the, this going down, and that way it would be a better hold. I don't know. I find it's not. I find that when I am when I'm dragging it this way, I'm still pushing this paper this way and I'm not pushing it out. So that's just my reasoning. I don't know. I have weird reasonings, but that's why I do it. All right, so I'm going to get that side. And if you're holding this tight enough, you shouldn't have any issues with jagged edges. And if you do, just trim them off with your scissors and then ink them. Ink them. So see, you just get a nice paper cut. I see I got a little bit of a edge there, but no biggie. I probably let go. So now all of my papers are cut seamlessly. Oops, that one's upside down. Let's just flip it. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to ink everything up. And then I'm going to come back and do a little bit of decorating. One time I got that wrong. And then, oh, that was right. Anyway, I'll get all the papers fixed and then I'm going to do some decorating and maybe I'll take you along with me. I'm going to leave it very, very simple though. I'll be back. Okay, I have all of my pages inked and ready to go. I've already put marks, so I measured the middle and I have my marks and I have 1 inch from each side, so I'm going to sew in, I'm going to sew it as a signature together. And I know you've probably seen this 100 times, but just in case there's someone that hasn't, sometimes I get new followers, and this is how you sew a signature. And now normally I would sew it into like an actual book, and there may be more than one signature or a hidden spine, but I want to keep this one together. I can always undo it later if I want to add the collection into a bigger book. So I know a lot of people have fancy tools. I have a book, and what I do is I just put it in the center of this book and I just stuff it down in there. And these clips are to keep the book from shifting. They do not come off until after the sewing. And then I'm just going to find that center. And I'm just going to push down. Now, what I do like to do, yep, it's through. So I'll realign that. I thought it was. I could feel it go through, but I just wanted to make sure. And then I'm going to go ahead and find this one. And let's see if you can see. So I'm right in here. And I'm just going to press down. And then the same thing on the other side. Where's my 1 inch? I go in about 1 inch. It's just what I've been taught by other creators, and it just seemed good. So yeah, I have all of my holes. So of course, I'm not going to remove these until we do the sewing. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want any threads on the inside, normally you would go from the inside, but I think I'm going to go from the outside to the inside so that this is all going to be smooth. So I'm just going to go through that first signature, or first hole. This is the signature. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to hold a piece of that so it doesn't come flying through. I'm going to go up to the top and through. Now, some people go straight down and back up, but which I have done, but I think I want to go, I'm sorry, I gotta get it back in shot. I want to go back through, and just like anything else, it's whatever you like to do. And then I'm going to go through the next one, and then I'm going to bring that one up, and I'm going to go, this one is on this side, and this one, I'm going to bring that through, and my string's probably longer than it needed to be, which is fine. And I'm just going to tighten that up a little bit. make sure I have it tight. Let's do the check. Let me get that knot started first. And then start to tighten that up. My fingers don't always work that well, so sometimes I don't get them super tight because my fingers just don't work. But I keep trying. Don't give up. Okay, I'm gonna pull that tight. And I got that one pretty good. You always tell by the snap test. Yeah, that one's pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a second knot in there. I think I'm gonna put a second knot in there. Yeah, there we go. I think I'll even just do a third one. And like I said, I can always get rid of this. And I always make my string a little bit longer. I can never make bows look decent either. Maybe it's just the string, I don't know. Plus I always like to cover. I won't cover this one though, because like I said, I'll wait. And then next year when I have the whole collection, I'll think about how I want to bind them. Yeah, I guess that's not too bad. I'm not unhappy with that. Okay. All right, I'll get rid of these tails. That still may get cut. I just find it gets in the way. All right, there we go. So now you can take your clips off. And my book is bound. Yay! Okay, so like I said, I want to keep this super, super simple. So another thing I decided I wanted to do was I got back in and printed the red one to contrast the green. And I want to put a pocket here. And sometimes when I want my pockets a little bit tighter, I glue all these down, then I glue them in. But I want this one to be loose because I'd like to put, my thought was if I put more things in there like to-do list, or if I tuck something in there, if I'm in a hurry and I can't really actually fill the book out, I might jot something down and throw it in there, and then I can always add it later. So I'm going to leave the pocket a little loose on this one. So I'm just going to do these 3 sides and then place it right about here. Okay. Get it a little bit straighter. See, and then it makes it a little loose so you can fit more stuff, because I thought, well, if I had a bunch of stuff to put in there, I just want to make sure I'm going to be able to do that. So then I thought I'm going to do the same thing on the back side. And what I got to thinking was, oh, man, this would be a good place for addresses. So I might do something up here that says addresses, or maybe addresses across here. Then I can keep my little list of addresses in there. Then when I get ready to do my cards, because I'm going to put in the date of when I want to send my card, I will have my addresses in my little pocket right in my daily my December daily or December journal. And I'm not really sure how to use these because I've never done it before, but it just made sense to me. I guess there's probably no rhyme or reason. Again, it's just do whatever you like. And then, like I said, I'm going to keep this one super, super simple, but then, yeah, I can tuck a little. Anyway, exciting. I'm excited about it. So another thing I thought, along with journaling, so I'm going to leave this as is, and I'll just journal around it and maybe start to write, you know, maybe things for December. Maybe what do I like about December? I like prompts, so I thought maybe I'll put myself some prompts in there and goals for December. And then this one could just be journaling. It could be maybe like how did my December start? On this page, I'm going to put, now I just got Amanda's, oh gosh darn, what was the name of that? I'll try to pop a picture in there. I gotta write these names down. I can't remember them all. But I thought I'm going to put maybe to do right here. And then that way I'll have my little to-do list, a little journal spot. So I'm going to try to put some ideas in here as well, because as I was thinking of that, I was like, oh, you know, like when you get towards the back of the book, wouldn't this be nice for a picture, like maybe a picture of the family, and then maybe to journal about like maybe what's for dinner, and then journal about all the stuff we had for dinner. Again, maybe pop a picture and jot some little notes over here. So I thought maybe the back end I would leave for pictures, or something where I can just jot some notes about it. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited. So now what I will do is I'm going to embellish the front a little bit. Not a whole lot, because I just think it's cute the way it is. I might put a title, you know, My December or something. And then I'm going to go through and I'll start to embellish my pockets. I might embellish the blank pages that are going to be writing pages, but I may embellish them, put a few, maybe put some more little titles, but I don't want to fill it up too fast because I want to just let it flow. I don't want to overthink it. I just want to let it flow. But there it is. It's done. It's ready. I'm going to embellish, and maybe after December, I will do a flip through. Depending on what I write in there. But I might do a flip through of like, okay, this is how my journal turned out. So this is really fun. Go subscribe to her Ko-fi shop, because you can't get this kit otherwise. And I will put the links in my description, but it's Create with Scrimping Mommy. Just go over there and subscribe to her monthly Ko-fi shop, and you're going to get stuff like this. So thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.